We went for the best. We
Yeah.
called the best people for the job, and it happened to be women, and it happened to be women of color.
Hey, it's Kristen, and today we are chatting with the cast and creatives of I'm Fine, Thanks for Asking, which is premiering at South by Southwest this year. I loved I'm Fine, Thanks for Asking. It was so real. You know, it's kind of what so many people are dealing with. So I would love to find out from you guys what really inspired you to bring this film to life.
It all started like with the pandemic, obviously. A lot of us in the film industry, well, shoot, in every industry, we didn't know what was happening. And as the months continued to roll on, we all were still out of work and not able to practice our craft. And just one morning, I just woke up with this overwhelming feeling that we got to make something. We got to get it going. And so I called my girl, Angelique, here. We went to school together at USC, and Roma Kong, and then reached out to Dion Cole, and then Capella Fahum came on board later down the line. And the rest is history. We just wanted to tell a story reflecting the issues that we were seeing happening around us.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody was just understanding the struggle of kind of just survival and not knowing the future and the unknown ahead, but also knowing that you've got to do something to just make it through the day. And this pandemic has kind of been a day by day, just make it through the day. And I think that's what our character Danny was going through. It was like, if she survives this day, she's going to be okay, you know, and then she can worry about the next day after that, but just to survive today.
One of the things that I really loved about this film was the soundtrack is such a standout, especially the very like beginning. It's kind of like, it feels like a music video in a way. Talk about it together.
Kelley reached out to someone that was local in Pacoima that had a huge, you know, following and still does, the Alcoholics, and was able to get that connection to have one of our favorite songs be played in kind of the intro of her skating. But then we also had our friend, Wu, who did music before we met in film school. And we asked for one song, and then it kind of turned into like, hey, do the whole film. And he turned into our music supervisor. So he had a unique musical background that kind of enhanced the film. And he was kind enough to just, you know, jump on and collaborate with us. But totally unique music that brought the character to life in her journey, for sure.
It sounds like you guys, you know, just had a lot of fun making this because you got to work with so many of your friends and collaborate together. What was that like?
We had literally the best crew ever. And we you know, Kelley talks about this, that most of us met at USC. There was like one person from Chapman and another person from
Columbia.
But most of us, even if we didn't know each other, for the most part, we knew each other. But we had this connection to going to film school together. So it flowed very well on set. Everybody was just, you know, on a mission and kind of just excited to be back on set in general.
For you, Kelley, you spent so much of this film on skates. And I feel like I bought skates in this quarantine as well. So I'm like, that is definitely a real situation that people are living in. But what was that like filming so much on skates? Is that like a hobby of yours and a passion, or did you pick that up for the film?
Oh no, I've roller skated since a little girl. I'm a night owl. I don't like waking up in the morning. Angelique's the opposite. She's a morning bird. And so I've always been like that. And when I started having to go to school, I would throw fits, them waking me up. I would throw pure fits at 4 years old. The only way they could get me to go to school without fighting is saying that we'd roller skate to school. And so it's always been something. I mean, even when I met Angelique and Roma, when we first started going to USC, Roma and our other producer, have the same birthday. So one of the first parties we put together was a roller skating party. So this has just been something that has been in my life for a long time. And we just incorporated it into the story. So it was great for me. And on top of that, the skates I was in was great. And I'm going to give them a plug, and I hope that they support us. But Moxie roller skates were the skates I was in. They're so comfortable. And I was in those skates for hours. And they just, it didn't really hurt. There's a part of the movie where Danny says her feet hurt because she's been skating all day. But honest to God, you guys, my feet did not hurt. Like, I was good.
She was skating for 2 weeks straight and
hours.
We were like, Kelley, we literally were like, I think you lost like 5 pounds, Kelley.
I did. I lost weight on it. Like, I'm chubby in one scene. Like,
she was skating the whole time. But part of yes, Kelley has been skating her whole life. Like, that's part of the things, like, we socialized skating, you know, Roma in the party and everything. But one of the other reasons that we were like, you have to skate, was because we didn't have access to be able to write the character to hop on a bus, to get in the car, to do. We were like, what is her transportation? Okay, well, her transportation is going to be one of her challenges and one of the things that adds to her life as well.
Roller skates.
Roller skates.
We knew we had that from the jump. That was from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Roller skates. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to know, like, what were some of the challenges in doing this film during the pandemic? I mean, obviously you mentioned you guys had a smaller crew, you had a lot of friends, no transportation. So, you know, skates was the way. Was there anything else that you feel like added to the production, the fact that that you're filming this in a pandemic?
Look, man, we had to shoot outside. We had to shoot the majority of the movie outside. Mm-hmm. And in my hometown, Pacoima, which is not quiet. It's a very loud place. There's sirens, there's dogs, there's people laughing, having fun. It's alive. It's not a little quiet town. And so our poor production sound, he was just like, why did you guys choose this location? But he did a fantastic job, and our sound mixer, Derek, did a great job working that out, and Jalen helping. But it was hard shooting outside. One, for sound reasons. Two, we had to chase the sun because we couldn't afford lights like that, you know, or like it wasn't one of the things we wanted to invest in with our money. So we were putting it to other things for the production, in particular for set safety. So like we had to be very cautious about what we were doing. We all knew that we were at one of the heights of the pandemic in the summer, and we had to keep our team safe. And we all knew what we were getting into. That's why it was friends. And that's why we were particular about who we brought on and who we cast, because we had to cast ourselves to keep it small and safe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there was a lot of challenges. I'm sure Angelique probably got a whole slew.
We made it work.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it makes you like appreciate it even more, because it's like, well, we got to be scrappy and still make this project that, you know, we really care about and that people are going to love. So that's awesome. Something about being in the weeds, you know.
Literally,
we were in the weeds. I was in the mud, in the dirt. Girl. They had me all kind of stuff. I was laying in low-key sewage puddles and stuff for like and laying in it full like face for this VFX shot. Like,
can I get up yet? No.
I was like, they're like, no, hold it. And my face is like this far from sewing. You thinking all the like COVID and all, you're like, Lord, please, Jesus, just keep us safe. We just want to make a movie safely, please, Lord God, please.
Is there anything else that you guys want to share about the project?
I mean, I think what's really special about this is that, you know, for the most part, again, we need to get the statistics, Kelley. For the most part, this crew is a crew of women. The higher positions and the department heads, a lot of us are women. And I think that was super unique. And unfortunately, it doesn't need to be unique. It should be the norm. But but I felt like that was, you know, an experience.
We went for the best. We called the best people for the job. And it happened to be women. And it happened to be women of color. And then in other positions, it happened to be our boys, you know. Mm-hmm. But when we stepped back and looked at it, because for us, it was like we want to rock with our friends and people who are good and who are the best at what they do. And when we look back, we're like, yo, it's all women. And it's like women of color. And it just happened to be it. And it's a beautiful thing. And like Angelique is saying, it does just need to be normalized. You know, it's special because of, you know, the industry we're in is starting to shift and we're trying to change it and things like that. But we were just doing a film, making it with our friends and making it with people who are talented and the best at what they do. And it just so happened that the room looked like us right here.
Awesome. That is amazing. That's what we love to see. And I guess that's also the perks of working with your friends, making your own project, and kind of being able to be in charge of all those things is that you can bring all those people in, whether you mean to or not, but they're the best.
It's important to know that, like, when we're making movements like this and we're trying to diversify and include, it's not giving anything away to people. There are talented,
oh no, our crew is bomb.
Probably more talented people who are women, people of color. They're just not seen, or they're overlooked. And right now we're like pushing that to the main front so that we have some inclusion and equality. But people are talented. Nobody's handing out anything over here. These are hard-working people and friends. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. World premieres in competition at South by Southwest on March 17th, 2021. You can follow us at Thanks for Asking Movie on Instagram. And we're also on Facebook. And we're also on Twitter if you want to find us. We are super active on Instagram. So you can go into our bio at Thanks for Asking Movie, and you can click on our website, and the trailer's right there. And you can take a look at it and see the filmmakers and keep up to date on what's going on with the film.
If you guys like this one, you can check out more of my South by Southwest coverage right over here, and I'll catch you in my next one. See ya.